Thank you. Thank you, organizers, for the opportunity to engage with the esteemed audience from Taiwan. Today, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about the digital transformation that my country, India, is undergoing. And, if you can move to the next slide, please. So there are three things that are driving digital transformation here in India, and for the convenience sake, we call them JAM Trinity. So JAM. J actually stands for a scheme that was launched by the current government when they came to power for the first time in 2014, which in Sanskrit means Janadhan, but loosely translated to English means public money. So when the government came to power for the first time in 2014, they launched a massive financial inclusion drive, and about 400 million bank accounts were opened in the drive, and some of these consumers were first time bank account holders. So that's what we call Janadhan, which is J of jam. And the second is A, which is Aadhaar. Now Aadhaar in Sanskrit means basis, foundation. And Aadhaar today is one of the most scaled up digital ID program that the world has today. We have 1.33 billion Indians who are part of this program, and I will talk about that in coming slides. And it is totally game changer for us here in India. In the M in JAM stands for mobile. You will be surprised to know that today India has one of the cheapest data in the world. A 1 GB of data in India costs about 17 US dollar cents, and we have 1.2 billion people in India who are connected to internet using the cheap and affordable data plans that we have. So now just imagine for a minute that we have about 80% of financial inclusion people who are in the banking age. All of them have a bank account. They have a digital ID program which is unique to them, and all of them are connected to internet, uh, and then they are able to access financial and various services. So now this combination of these three things is driving the digital transformation in India. And today, as we speak, India has already become the fifth largest economy in the world. And as per a recent report by IMF, which was published I think last week, we are slated to be third largest economy in next 5 years. So, given what is happening fundamentally at a ground level, I think we are in a very beautiful trajectory. We have today the world's third largest thriving fintech ecosystems. We have some beautiful companies who have created solutions and are now fulfilling the consumer needs and are fulfilling the gaps around different use cases. Next slide, please. Now, if I talk about Aadhaar in a couple of minutes, Aadhaar today, as I said, is the world's most advanced ID program, citizen ID program. Under the program, every Indian has a unique 12-digit number, and behind this 12 digit are his or her biometrics. So my fingerprints, my iris scan are centrally stored on a cloud, and using my biometric or my 12 digit number, any banking or any financial institution can authenticate and confirm that I am XYZ, a citizen of India, legally residing here at such and such location. And this is completely portable within the country. So I may be belonging to a state in North India, Uttar Pradesh, and living in South India in Tamil Nadu, but my Aadhaar ID will work completely across the country. And that actually provides a basis or a foundation, as Aadhaar means in Sanskrit, for a lot of financial inclusion, for a lot of citizen welfare programs. And government uses this to disburse citizen welfare. And if I remember correctly, there are about 900 citizen welfare programs by federal as well as state governments who ride and run on this platform. Next slide, please. Now, India has done very well in terms of platforms. So Aadhaar is one citizen ID program. We also have a digital payments platform which we call UPI, Unified Payment Interface. Now, under this platform, we are enabling people transact using their mobile phones for personal as well as merchant payments. For personal payments, we use a virtual payment account, which is similar to an email ID. So every person who is part of UPI ecosystem has a virtual payment account number. And using that virtual payment account number, any person in India who is participating in this can make personal payments, and using QR codes that are deployed at merchants, they can make merchant payments. And for a comparison's sake, there are about 200 million plus merchants in India who are accepting QR based payments under UPI platform. And we have literally changed the game. It today is world's best fast payment platform. In the year of 2021, we've processed volume worth $940 billion on UPI platform. And in the recently completed month of September, we processed 678 billion transactions that amounted to commerce worth $134 billion in a month. So this year, we are looking at processing about $1.5 trillion worth of commerce on UPI platform. And what it means is that we are displacing cash. We are reducing cash in India by promoting digital payments, and a combination of Aadhaar and UPI, Aadhaar which helps in authentication, UPI which supports digital payments, are driving this. Now, why is UPI unique? Because a lot of countries in the world have, fast digital payment platform. Like for example, even there are platforms that operate in closed loop like Alipay or WeChat. But UPI as a platform is completely interoperable. So any player who participates in UPI ecosystem on the consumer or the merchant side has to ensure complete interoperability. And so the key players in this are, for example, are Google Pay, Phone Pay, which is a Walmart-owned entity, Paytm, Amazon Pay. So these are some of the leading fintechs or big techs who are enabling digital payments in India. And let's say if a merchant is acquired by Google Pay, but the consumer is using Amazon Pay app, the consumer from Amazon Pay app can still go and make payments at a Google Pay acquired merchants. So it's a completely interoperable platform. As I said, it runs on aliases. It enables real-time payments. So I, as a merchant, if I accept UPI-based payments, I will get the money instantly in my bank account, which is not the case in a card transaction. In a card transaction, it takes about 2 to 3 days for a merchant to get money, but here it happens on a real-time basis. We have multiple servicing channels. We have a very collaborative engagement model, which is enabling a lot of innovation by big techs, by fintechs. We have enabled open banking through UPI in India since 2016, while the rest of the world is talking about open banking now. We have been doing it since 2016. It's an API-driven platform, and it which makes it very easy for others to integrate with this platform. Now, I will talk about API and open banking in the next slide, please. So, if you look at the architecture of Aadhaar, and if you happen to be in India, all you have to do is you have to go to Google or an Apple store and download any app of your choice. Now, this app can be from a third-party player like a Google Pay or Amazon Pay or WhatsApp Pay or Paytm, or it can be a bank-provided app as well, like City Mobile, ICICI Mobile, SBI. Now, once you have downloaded the app, UPI as a platform, consumer will use to authenticate himself or herself and connect it to any funding source in the country. So I may be using a City mobile app connected to my State Bank of India bank account, and I can start doing my P2P as well as P2M transactions. Now, this is actually enabling open banking because we are giving consumers choice to use the app that they like, and we are giving them a choice to connect it to any funding source: savings accounts, checking account, overdraft account, wallets, and now even RuPay cards. So this is what is driving the inclusion. This is what is democratizing the payments in India. And our platform is also future ready. So when government in India or the central bank in India launch digital currency, we will be happy to embrace it also as another payment form. Now this is what is game changer for us in India. Now next slide, please. Now, as I said, a combination of digital ID as well as a payment platform like UPI is delivering a lot of good in India. Now, this is helping simplify dispersal of benefits to the last mile consumer. The benefit is being directly delivered because remotely you can authenticate a person using his 12-digit Aadhaar number, and that cuts the middleman in between. And this is very important for a country like ours because we have so many people to provide sustenance. We have so many people to lift out of poverty, and delivering direct benefit to these people is a very big advantage that we have because of the platforms that we have created. You can do remote KYC, so banks do not need a big stock of documents for KYC fulfillment. They can simply use Aadhaar as a platform for an API call, authenticate consumers, and I'm done on my KYC front. It's a digital payments, we all know, is a big booster of economic activity. It enables liquidity in the banking system because the money remains with the bank. Using the data that the UPI and Aadhaar platform that deliver, there is a lot of microfinancing and fintech incubation that is happening. Some of very powerful use cases, which is important for small businesses and medium-sized businesses. And overall, our platform-based approach, which is very scalable and is truly democratizing payments, is working to our advantage. So this is what I had to share today. I will be happy to take questions thereafter, if any, in the subsequent sections. So thank you so much for giving me your audience today.